everyone, back for another movie review. We're going to talk about Joe Carnahan's, one of those two, newest movie. He is the director who gave us Smoking Aces, the first one, which is a really good movie, and probably one of my favorite Ryan Reynolds performances. But he has a new movie out in theaters right now, and it's called Copshop. Copshop is the story about a con man played by Grillo, who is driving into the middle of a small city called Gun Creek in Nevada, running away from a hitman, and he decides the best thing he can do is get thrown in jail. So he punches a cop in the face, gets thrown in jail, and he's thinking, oh, I'm going to be perfectly safe here. Unfortunately, he's being followed by a hitman played by Gerard Butler, who thinks to himself, you know what, let me pretend I'm drunk and get captured by the cops so I can be thrown into the same precinct, jail, as him. So we have a movie where these two characters are literally after each other. One is on the run and one is happening to him, and it all takes place in a jail, and Copshop is amazing. This is an old school dirty movie. And when I say old school dirty, like, it's not that the movie looks like shit. What it is, it's basically the whole movie takes place in this one precinct. Actually, about half the movie just takes place in this prison cell, where you have Grillo in one side of this, in one part of the prison, because you can't have people who are detoxies in the same prison, and Gerard Butler on the other side, and they're just bantering back and forth. But there is a third party who comes into it in the form of Alexis Louder, sorry about that, who is a rookie cop who is trying to figure out what's going on between these two. And actually, later on in the movie, it just becomes literally three people talking to each other inside a prison cell while wacky stuff is going on the outside. This is a lot of fun because you have these cops, not even cops, they're state patrolmen in this small town with barely anyone in it, in the middle of the freaking Nevada desert, more or less. And they kind of act goofy. Yeah, they're a little stupid, but these are patrolmen who barely have anything to do, so they fool around with each other, they make jokes to each other. It all comes off very real, and everyone acts like how they should act. Like, even we have this the sergeant who one character comes into his office and goes, "Excuse me, Sergeant, I have something to tell you." And he goes, "Why are you bothering me?" And the main character goes, "You have an open door policy." And she goes back to him and goes, "Yeah, I also have I don't want a pain in my ass policy." That's the type of person he is. He's a lot of the characters are fun in this movie. Grillo and Gerard Butler are amazing, and more than almost 90% of the movie, they're literally just stuck in two jail cells, like quipping at each other and then quipping with the main character. This is also kind of funny because the main character, Alexis Louder's character, is not who the story revolves around. She just happens to be stuck in this. She just happens to be stuck inside this situation. The main character, technically, or who the story revolves around, is Grillo's character, because everyone's trying to get him. And we also have this. There's a lot of violence. There is a lot of hard violence. There is also a lot of quippy. I can see where people were saying this is very Tarantino-like, but it's also not as heavily focused on Tarantino, on back and forth. It's kind of like, I'm going to say a joke, you're going to say a joke, we're going to show our personality, and then we're going to move on. If I had to say anything bad about this movie, it's going to be three things. One, there is a turn in the movie from a character that didn't need to happen. We only see that character in 3 scenes, and it didn't matter. And 2 and 3 are going to be easy because they're going to be connected. While this movie is only about 110 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes, there are 2 scenes that needed to be shorter. One, the last shootout really didn't need all that slow motion. I get it, it's an action movie, but like there was way too much slow motion and it just felt like it was elongating. 2, the second ending, and while this is not a post-credit scene, the movie felt like it could have stopped in this one place and you would have been perfectly fine. And then it has a second ending, and the second ending is also perfectly fine, but it felt too long to get to the desired response. It took too long. But other than that, Gerard Butler's really good. Frank Grillo's really good in his unfortunate role with his man bun. Oh, there's a character who shows up in the third act, played by Toby Huss, who absolutely chews the scenery off the screen. Oh my god, he is so much fun from the minute he's introduced until the end. He is so fun. He has a great line where he talks to another character explaining why that character is doing something and he's not. It is so ingenious. I could not believe it. Yeah, Copshop is a lot of fun. It is old school. It is straight to the point. It's not trying to be decisive. It's not even trying to trick you on what's going on. Even though there are some moments where you have to think about, wait, is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth? What's going on with her? But it's all the while done with quick response. It's been a while since I've seen a movie where I didn't have to check my clock. I was just going there the whole time going, alright, let's see where this goes. Alright, let's see where this goes. It is violent. It is an R-rated movie. Everyone has a really good time. They look like they're having a really good time shooting the movie. I will say this. I do look forward to Alexis Louder, the patrol officer's next movie, because the minute I saw her, I was like, I want to see her in more movies. She reminds me of Cynthia Erivo from Bad Times at El Royale. You can just feel the charisma coming off the screen. So I have to give Copshop an 8.8. It is fun. I went into this movie knowing nothing about it. I only think I got one trailer for it, and I didn't even remember it. I just saw this movie on a recommendation, and I loved it. I can't wait to own this on Blu-ray. So that's my recommendation for Copshop. Are you going to watch it? Have you even heard of this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you didn't, I hope this review helps you or motivates you to go watch the movie. So that's it for today.